Hello, my beloved sisters. I want to talk today about cold DMing. Oof, right? It's like immediate cringe. Let's talk a little bit about the concept of cold DMing first before we start going into a more feminine, more aligned way of being able to chat with people in the DMs. So if we think about the concept of cold messaging, cold DMing, this is a very masculine strategy, right? So masculine energy is like, go get it, like go for it. We're going to charge in on our horses. We're going to go conquer this land. We're going in with it. And for women, that feels intrusive, invasive, and honestly can be really triggering for us, especially for women who have experienced any type of domestic violence, any type of stalking, any type of just anything really that can be like triggered where it's like, what? Like I just accepted your friend request and now you're like hopping in my DMs and like trying to get me to buy something or trying to sell me something or whatever. Like it does not feel good. So I have talked to a lot of women and learned that they have been taught this strategy, right? They've been taught it in the past. And because it felt so unaligned in their body and they were not taught any other strategy to attract clients, they just stopped working their business. Their business just kind of faded away. And I honestly find this to be really, really sad. And it shouldn't be happening, but these old things are still being very prevalently taught, okay? So instead of being in that more aggressive, invasive energy, we want to be in that feminine energy of invitation, right? So this means that we are putting out an invitation for others to reach out to us. So instead of us cold DMing, we are utilizing our content and our copy and our message of who we are and the way that we can support and help others to attract and call in beautifully aligned clients that are ready to do business in a different way, that are ready to feel nourished, that are ready to feel supported, who are wanting that, who are wanting to work with feminine coaches, who want to lock arms, right? And get in the trenches like I do with my clients, where it's like, I'm just as invested in this as you are. Like I'm here, let's do it. Like, what do we need to do? Let's make this happen, right? So that's kind of, for me, that's where my masculine energy. I'll just go ahead and say that. I'm like, let's do this. But when it comes to inviting people in, I want to be the invitation. So this is where we kind of shift from this idea of like hustle culture, where it's like just DM as many people as you possibly can until someone says yes. I'm exhausted even thinking about that, to be honest. That's exhausting. That's tiring. We're instead going to become aligned with those that need what we have to offer. This is why, y'all hear me talk about this a lot, this is why it's so important for us to have a signature offer so that we're able to get really crystal clear on what we're talking about and who we're talking to, right? Because if we don't know that ourselves, it's going to be really challenging to share the ways that we can help others, the ways that we can support others, if we aren't fully understanding how we do that, right? So being able to get very clear on our offer, on what we do, how we serve others, we're then able to create content, we're able to create organic marketing, we're able to create brand presence so people know what we are about and what we do and how we do it. Okay, this is really important. And when we put this out there and we share our knowledge, we share information, we share what we know and how we can help support someone, others feel safe right? We're creating a sense of safety where they're, oh my gosh, this is someone who actually is invested in my success. This is someone who actually cares about my success and about my experience in my business and wants me to feel good while I'm in my business. I would never want to encourage one of my clients to do something in their business that did not feel aligned, that did not feel good to them. This is why I want to understand their witch's wound archetype, so that I can understand what is their kind of number one subconscious self-sabotage, right? Like what are we usually doing? Because of this archetype, everyone kind of has their own way of how that sabotage shows up, all right? So knowing that, I'm then able to go in and help them create a strategy that will self-sabotage proof their business. But if I'm telling them to do something that doesn't feel good, that doesn't feel aligned to them, knowing this core wound, they're not going to show up in their business and it's not going to grow. They're going to find that they just kind of shut down. It's like, well, I don't really know what to do, right? They're going to flounder. And so instead, understanding these very important things, I'm then able to help create strategies where people feel very aligned and people feel really good with how they show up. And so then when they are showing up, they're able to create that invitation to call people in, to attract their clients. And it feels so much better. It feels so good to me when I'm talking in the DMs every day for people reaching out to me, asking me questions, me finding out how I can support them. That feels wonderful. And let's be real, not everybody signs up to work with me, and that's okay. I'm still creating a space where they feel supported, and I hope that I'm helping them in some way or another grow their business so that their gifts and abilities can be out there, right, for the collective. So figuring out a strategy that feels aligned is going to be really, really important for everyone who's wanting to be able to operate their business from an aligned feminine energy. So get to work on getting clear on your offer so that you can start getting clear on your content, and then you will call people in, right? You will attract them in and be able to be that sacred, soft, nurturing, nourishing place for them and support them in that energy and help them to feel safe so they can start, right, relaxing into their own feminine energy. If we can't relax into our own feminine energy, we're going to have a really hard time channeling content. We're going to have a really hard time getting clear and being in our intuition and being in that womb space and that sacral chakra that is creating and wanting to show our gifts and wanting to put that out there. If we're disconnected from our feminine energy, it's not going to flow. It's not going to be there for us. Okay? So make sure that you get clear. So then you show up in a way that feels really good. And then you can serve your dream clients and the soul family that is waiting to be able to be served with your unique brand of magic. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out and I will do what I can to support you.